The ideas came and you know, we've expanded from 22 pieces for the first range, and now by the end of May it'll be around about 45, 50 pieces because it keeps on expanding. So yeah, and
so every fabric, every button, every notch, every
even they began on the button, the position where it is, the colours, the materials. I'll get that's a great idea. The swimwear was an idea. I was actually taking one of those holiday things that I never take, and I was bored within about 3 days of being on holiday, and I looked at
started drawing trunks.
The pair of
you were sketching men by the poolside.
And thinking, oh my god, this is an expensive pair of swim shorts. And thinking, what if I could do this, but for the masses? Better design, better, you know, there are still faults in this, they don't fit, there's no pocket, better model. And that's why I got on to Skype onto one of the times M&S and said, can we do this? I'll send you over the images. I think I found the fabric we want. And we sold repair every minute for when it was launched, until it was virtually sold out, so we expanded that this morning. It's going very well. So yeah, I am involved. Sure. So yeah, in that one. Probably more than sometimes do that.
Another thing that I know you're involved is a campaign to a fitness campaign for young adults. I don't know what age you're talking about.
I'm not in a campaign. I just people ask me about my fit. They always ask me about my fitness. What do you eat? How much do you train? I try and help as much people as I have. I've said recently in a statement that I thought that celebrities or people who have a name endorsing fatty or chocolatey or sugary drinks, ice creams, chocolates, they need to think about this. In the nation that we are, the most obese nation in Europe, they need to have to think where their impact is going, who they're selling the products to, do they need to pay this? So I've always been about instead of being about nutrition, and I've got a fitness app. Seeing as I deal with antibiotics, so I'll be working with 2 months, so we talk about vitamins and nutrition and everything else. So yeah, it's a part of the world we're in, and
but you take fitness very seriously. I mean, how much do you are in good shape. I mean, I watched you run the marathon. I was much quicker than you, obviously. Well, you know, it's an important part, and I think the more the older one gets, the more I think you need to work hard to do all of that. Because it's not just about looking good on the outside. I think you have to feel. I think for those of you who don't, when you're having your photograph taken, you need to look alive. You need to look full of vitality.
And that's when you have your confidence, and that is nutrition and that's training. I am very guilty for looking a lot fitter than I actually am. And I'm talking about cardio fitness. Like I could go to the gym and I'm training, and they're like, my God, you must know so much on training. Well, I do. I'm in the gym. That does not, you know it. It's not great to actually. A lot of muscle and weight is not great to cardio fitness. Actually,
there's a lot to carry around 26 miles.
Exactly. Yeah, 15 stone. So yeah, it takes a toll. So and you have to change as you say when you're older, and you go for it. I've sort of gone in the sort of 20s to 30s. It changes. That training really does change. You don't feel as healthy as you do when you're 20 because you're carrying so a little bit more weight. Your metabolism slows down. You can increase that.
Wait till you get to the 40s. It gets much older. Now, I don't know, do people have questions here? Because I'm conscious that we've only got a few more minutes. Would people like to ask questions, or should we keep talking? There's a few hands up. There are a few hands up. There's one hand up over there for a young lady with blonde hair.
I've just started out with modelling, and have you got any tips for me on what you'd like me to do?
Tips to, how old are you? Can I ask that question?
I'm 11.
We have an 11-year-old aspiring.
And do you enjoy it?
No. It's been fun so far.
Right. Well, just make sure you always enjoy it. If you enjoy it, then you know, it's never going to seem like work. You never go to work, you get to enjoy it. And I think just do that. And when you become very, very successful, like I could see you making one day, and you'll be a supermodel, then stay very humble and just remember the people that helped you get there in the first place.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very good question. Staying humble. Now, you are a very humble fellow. In an industry that's full of people who are a lot less talented and a lot less humble. That's just a statement, not a question. There was another question. There was a hand raised. There it is.
Hi, thank you. I wondered what your opinion was on always having your gender attached to your profession. Is there a certain difference that it makes being a male in the industry? What makes being a male so special about being a model? Is there a think about that every day?
Do you feel like a male model or do you feel like a model?
Does it matter?
Or does it matter is the question, yeah.
It shouldn't matter. No, it's the same with many things. It probably shouldn't, but because there was such a big gap, it probably is such a large gap that you are as a male model. And yes, it was always, I always said that I claim to be a female model. If you're a female model, you're a superstar. A male model, that's why there is a film called Zoolander that takes the mickey out of male modelling, and there isn't one that I know that takes,
Have you seen the new one?
Not yet, actually.
It's terrible.
Yeah. But yeah, so there is that gap there. But there's always going to be. It's why we just had International News Day. It balances up somewhere.
Thank you. Over there, I see a tentative. Oh, no.
Sure is.
I'm assuming that question is related to
I have just been skiing for the last 4 days, 5 days, so it's actually real. But I will admit now that when there are plenty shoots and you don't have time to go to Lime Beach for 5 days to get a tan.
Do you do the spray tan?
We have to have spray tan.
Do you have the same spray for my friend, Miss Winkleman? I always goes to the set. She's, by the way, the colour of a tangerine. She really admit that. But do you have a guy for spray tan? Do you have guys? Do you have a team like the grooming thing was a question I was supposed to ask, but I didn't. But obviously it's important. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Shows video.
Yeah. Same spray tan guy.
Yeah,
hair
sounds very good. Hair, Larry King. If
Larry
anyone ever sort of said on the shoots, it's Larry King. Yeah.
Who does the CNN show?
Yeah,
he's very talented.
So yeah, there was a team that comes on and the team they do a great job. And I want to give people opportunity to young photographers and hair guys and things that are unknown, to bring them on, to give them a chance, like I was given a chance. I would love to do that. That's where I want to see in the future the opportunity that Dr. Juan gave me. I would love to give the opportunity to younger male models, or female models, or models, so again.
I mean, the whole world of male grooming has changed a lot. I mean, I think men are now feel much more free to use cosmetics, to shave their bodies, to do all these things that when I was young, which was 85 years ago, we wouldn't have dreamt of doing. But I think the male grooming industry is extraordinary now.
That to me, is the next big. I mean, men's fashion, as we all know, stats is actually outgrowing women's for the first time ever. And I think men's grooming, there's probably not a girl here who hasn't had or just might not know a husband or boyfriend on a used hair products. And we all do it. You have, I know I have. Well, that's good. I wonder what that does. And I'll put it on. I'm not realising that little tongue was that's when it's like that. So men want to do it. But, as I kind of learned from talking to pharmaceutical companies and small brands, that men have completely different skin to women, and actually, it's never actually men as much as it's thicker skin. And so, yes, it's unique.
Not emotional.
Yeah. So there is a market, I believe, and someone will do it very soon for attainable good men's skincare. There are some out there. They're mostly not great at the moment. So yes, I think there's going to be a huge
young entrepreneurs out there, men's beauty products, crack on, yeah. Now, other questions? Joe, do you have one?
I know that you slightly touched on the whole Zulu thing, that taking the kind of male modelling, or modelling, sorry. Are there any assumptions or misconceptions about what you do that really, really annoy you more than the others?
One few. I think just because people haven't had the access to male modelling or fashion as well. We do have access to the platforms like Produced Here and social media, and now people kind of much. But before it was like this mystery sort of industry. So the only sort of views that people had, and not many people spoke out, were the stereotypical views that you don't eat. That's why I said to me, oh, like you're eating, or you just saw you eat cake, and I'm like, yeah, that's probably the biggest thing. It's almost a bit of an insult, like it's. And then there is the one that you're thick. You can't possibly have a brain if you're in the fashion industry, or if you're a male model. And they're always stupid, or you can't. You must be retiring soon because you're past 25. All these different views all the time. So one of the reasons why I did interview people said, why did you start doing interviews? And as I said, well, I was requested, and I wanted to actually paint a different picture, one of the fashion industry, and two of the male models. I wish more male models would actually do the same, if I'm honest, because there was absolutely ridiculously terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I would say half of the guys that model for us at Tours are either currently doing degrees or just finished degrees. Half of the students, we sit and talk about Descartes backstage, and I have no idea what they're talking about. But that is a gross misconception, and I think it's one that you've eloquently addressed. Any final? Is that amber or red? That light. We're okay for a couple more questions. Somebody who's yeah. We're okay. Thank you. You've had the nod. You've had your hand up, I believe, the longest.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, David.
You've got a microphone, by the way.
Sorry. I probably don't need it. Hello, David. This is wonderful. Can I ask you, what has been your career highlight so far and why?
Besides being here today.
Absolutely.
Besides meeting Patrick, big stuff. I mean, we spoke about light blue. If it wasn't for light blue, I wouldn't be here. It's as sort of quick answer as that. Other highlights. What I'm able to do, what I've been able to do with charities is my favourite thing in the world. For example, the stock company, I said the story backstage, the stock company that I invested in, a lady came to us and said, we're going to make some stock markets out of your selection. We're in a seminar, we'll maybe auction them on social media stock markets, which was brilliant, I wanted them. So I signed them, thanks to social media, we put them on, and someone bid £3,500 for 3 stock markets. Now all that donation went to a very injured soldier who was part of Staff of Soldiers, which is one of my charity, very disfigured and deformed. He had a child last year going out this year, and that paid for his honeymoon with his wife and with his child to Mauritius after his wedding this year. Something as simple as that was the biggest thing to me more than anything else in the world. More than seeing a big billboard, something to do with that charity, or we haven't got capacity or it's those things that are the highlight to me. It's taking anything right and actually done something very, very helped. Because I didn't do much on that, it was thanks to the London Soccer and the Staff Soldiers where we had those platforms to be able to do it. But they're the highlight to me. That was built very much and we can help other people.
Yeah. It's nice to do something good.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. You feel like, and when we work with bigger charities, sometimes we don't understand where the money's going, we don't hear about it, but we do with places like choose the smaller charities to help them. That was another one of my charities, Tutoring for All. I went to visit a school the other day where somebody raised a come towards supporting them, and the kids were absolutely amazing. One of them absolutely criticised my fashion sense. She told me I should do some more buckles up on my shirt, which actually isn't too bad today because I'm a bit lower down, but I listened to it. So it was things like that that make me.
At the back.
Where's the vein when you do it?
Sorry, what's that?
What's the most important vein for you?
Your most important value?
I think probably what I just said, the same thing, that it's the value of, my parents grew up in a way of never to get carried away from myself. I made a mistake on, and that's another fact, and never, so once a very famous person said to me, and I said to her, I've got to be honest, I thought I met some famous people, you're always famous, what makes them, and he said, but you are so humble and so lovely, and he said, David, never believe your own hype. That was advice to me, and I always believe that. And the greatest value is keep not putting my head in the trousers and thinking that I'm better, and so many people do in this industry, as a whole, within the celebrity culture that we have. And that's the greatest value that I try and hold to this day. So that's not really interesting.
One over on the right-hand side.
Hi, David. I'd like to know, what's your ultimate dream car?
That's probably an easy question.
That's a nice easy question. There's a classic car I got to drive once. There's 15 of them. There's the classic Jaguar XK SS in the Queen's Stone. And there's 15. There's only 15 made for the factories. 15.
Yeah.
They were made in the 1950s.
How much are they worth now?
They're worth about 15 to 20 million. So I was going to be seeing no. Any other questions? Ooh.
At the front. A gentleman, I think is one amongst you.
Hi there, I was wondering, does your personal fashion sense actually have an effect on which classic car you buy? If you famously walk and say it's SL 190, which is gorgeous, I was wondering if you've got anything next that you plan to purchase?
Do you accessorize the car part of the overall? I would say it absolutely has to be. I'm on a bicycle. I make sure the bicycle looks right for the outfit. But the car and the clothes, it all kind of has to go together, doesn't it?
It does. It's actually a good point. If any campaign I do, if I'm trying to attract a male audience, which of course I am, there will always be a car or a toy within the campaign. Men not cars. It's just I don't know what it is we do.
Yeah.
It's a boy's toy. And I always sort of have a car that will match the campaign, whatever we're doing at the time. So yes, I wouldn't say I sort of match my outfits, but if I'm driving the way Steve McQueen Paul Newman did, you dress in a very utilitarian manner to drive a classic car. The reason there are driving gloves, that it's not just a fashion accessory, it's a fashion accessory now, but you wear driving gloves because you had a wooden steering wheel on it, you didn't have power steering, and you get freezing cold because you're up to the elements. There's a reason they're bar or bell stuff that we all wear now, but they were the best utilitarian at the time because they were windproof, they were waterproof, and they also look great. So there are times when that's why they're iconic pieces, and that's probably why those iconic pieces go to those cars. And it's not because I'm matching them, it's because they're the best items for that car. Yeah.
Okay. How many numbers do we have? One more question. You two are going to have a massive fight. You've won. Well done.
Just actually what your favourite male fragrance is. I'd like to know.
This is like there's an analogist. You get the Bible and you get this. You've got light blue. Can you mention another one without?
Of course, light blue. Anyone who ever worked for Procter & Gamble in here? If not, I can actually you do. Okay. I'm going to stick with light blue. I think there's a few fragrance. I mean,
do you find? Can I ask a different question? You don't need to give specific answers to. Fragrance is presumably mood dependent. Do you think about your fragrance, where you're going, what you're doing, how you feel?
Yeah, I check and I do. Like what I've always said, light blue is light blue is a very summer fragrance. It's not a fragrance you're going to be wearing in the evenings or during the winter. It's a very light citrusy fragrance. The other one I love, and again the Dolce what I wouldn't talk about, is nobody knows about. It's called the sort of limited edition velvet line. There's got others now absolutely stunning. A small selection from Vetico and everything else. They are, I have to say, probably my favourite. It's called Dolce & Gabbana. So Procter & Gamble, they're very happy. But there are those that, even to the extent that there's a fragrance by I can't remember what it's called, by Reechy, the clothing store. which actually shows dimension of who can put out a good fragrance, who can produce a good fragrance, and that's just the high street store in Greece. So there are, we are very, very fortunate to have such an array of fragrances at such an array of sort of pricing as well. That's why now Grooming is becoming big and bigger. Thank you.
That is all we have time for. I'm sure you're very sad to hear that.
Your attention please, ladies and gentlemen. Please make your way to the exits at the rear of the theatre so that we can prepare for the next tour.
He went straight in there, didn't he? I might get my head. I really want. Oh, did you enjoy that? Oh, I loved it.